with my lady. I kiss her on the cheek, sit down on the sofa, start lamenting. I said, baby, I'm so glad you're home. Oh, my week has been so long. She said, I know just what to do. Let me go get a glass for you, and we'll be sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sit back, relax, enjoy the time, chilling with my lady right by my side. She gets a little heavy-handed, but I'm experienced and I can stand it. I'm feeling so mellow, I just forgot about the week. Oh, I'm gonna pour another one or two for my boo. She'll take another one and we'll be sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Just relaxing, sipping on gin with the tonic on the side and a lemon twist. Imagine this, yeah. Just relaxing, sipping on gin with the tonic on the side and a lemon twist. Imagine this, yeah. Sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah. Sipping on gin and tonic, dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sipping on gin and tonic, sipping on, sipping on. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sipping on gin and tonic. Never thought I'd fallen in love again, no never, but my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. That's forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we kissing, all I can say is OMG. You make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions, and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate. But Derek?
Yes, sir.
Is this just another edition of the Senate?
Not really. It's special tonight.
It's
Tonight's
special. It's special tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Hoyt. I'm joined by my brother, as always, Derek Marshall.
Here.
And together, for 365 days of the last year, we have been the Senate podcast. I see Aaron Edwards in the building. Aaron, salute to you, my brother.
It's true.
Salute.
It's true. Big Aaron, man. Big up.
You have joined us on a very auspicious occasion. Yes, a very great edition. So Derek.
Yes,
First, let us talk about G Syndicate. You would have seen in the lead up G Syndicate, which is always featured very prominently in our show because, well, obviously of your affiliation to them. But let everybody know about G Syndicate. I see. Let Aaron know about G Syndicate.
Yeah, man. G Syndicate. You can find us at gsyndicate6.com, Instagram, G-Syndicate6, but you got to spell out the 6. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, G-Syndicate6. And we do some pretty cool stuff with just a human voice. And we make it cool. Caribbean stuff, some stuff from North America as well. But all with the human voice. All the instruments you're going to hear and everything, just the human voice. So yeah, man, that's G Syndicate. Renrick in the house. Hail.
Is in the house. Jennifer is here. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for rocking with us for the last year. No, we have to do some housekeeping and then we can talk things. Let us first let everybody know you are indeed watching the Senate podcast.
That's right.
We implore you to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming down the pipeline. We do content for you 5 days a week. We have this live stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. And then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have the Senate Shorts. It's the shortened version of the podcast. You know, it gets a little wild down in them. But we still bring you content there nonetheless. Now, first, we have to talk about how we are doing. There, how are you doing on this? I see you got on the bow tie. I can't.
Man.
You're looking swagger fit, as he.
Man, I'm trying to think, you know, a little spiffy for the occasion. I hope I achieve something. Keep it looking good. You know, I see you coming out, your blazer and stuff.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
looking sharp.
Yeah. You know, as we have reached this milestone, you know, there's a lot to reflect on. And for the first part of this show, we're going to reflect on our last year's journey of doing this. It's not going to be long. We're not going to spend too long on this because we got things to talk about. And when they're going to come to see me walk down memory lane, but because it's such an important edition, I think it's only important that we talk about the last year. We talk about some of the things, the highs and the lows, the good and the bad, things we'd have learned, especially in the YouTube space, the manosphere space. And then things that stood out to us, things we will have learned as individuals as well as in this YouTube manosphere game. So let me ask you, so to give y'all a brief history, Derek and I, we have been friends for many a decade. Since we were in first form in secondary school. We were quick best friends, and we have maintained a very good friendship over the years. We are very like-minded individuals. We have interest in the same thing. We are competitive the same way in all facets of sports and life. And throughout that friendship, we've always wanted to start a podcast. I mean, at one point it was going to be music. But, you know, Derek came to me last year and said, here, tune, man, we've been talking about this podcast thing for a little while. You got the skills. Let me do this thing. And I said, well, sure, let me do it. And that was the first time, because he really introduced me full tilt to the manosphere. Yes, I was starting to know about Kevin Samuels because he was going into mainstream. But, you know, I started to realize that there's a bigger platform up there. And we decided to go into it. Now, Derek, let's talk about some things along this journey, some things that you would say, some moments that stood out to you in the last year? Good, bad, and different things that you would have learned in the manosphere, in the YouTube game. Talk to me, brother. What was your retrospect?
Well, one of the things that really struck me over the past year is the fact that I was not alone in some of the things that I experienced through my life, right? Since we've started this space, I've actually become closer to a lot of guys on Facebook, for example. Then guys on my WhatsApp, right? Guys will send me stuff over the past year. There's some people that I speak to every day, and that might not necessarily have been the case before, but now I communicate with them every day, and I'm grateful for that, because it allows me to hear what other people are going through, because we've been fed a lot of stuff for decades. Right, through mainstream media and stuff, and you never really know. You kind of think as a man, because my mother say all the time, men don't talk, right? And because we don't talk, we kind of get the impression that we going through stuff on our own, and our situations are particularly unique. And it's only when we started this space and I realized, other guys started reaching out. I mean, we were friends before, we knew each other from before, but then a fellow started saying, "Man, Derek, look at this here," look at and you realize, and then we started to hang out even more in our Senate chat, right? Just to provide some backstory, guys, this podcast has spilled out of a group chat we have on WhatsApp, just some guys, and we were, during the pandemic, we started to really check in on each other. Before we used to just talk basketball, but now since the COVID and the shutdown and everything, we started to check in on each other personally, and it's kind of spawned this created this space. And from that, I realized, okay, Neil and I think we're the oldest in the group, all right? And then there's some guys in their mid-30s, and then a guy in his early 30s. I think they're the youngest. Yeah. And you realize these guys all of us went through very similar things, even though we are a decade apart. And then talking to other guys now in the early 20s or late 20s, you realize they're going through the same things. And then I have a very close friend of mine, a sister of mine, she shared some stuff that she would have seen from teaching. And you realize now that even boys in secondary school are going through the same things. Yep. And I found that was one of the things that struck me over the past year, that I used to wonder when we started this space if we would ever run out of content. But the more we do it, I started to realize that that might not be the case, because there's always something popping up that kind of says, hey, keep going, we got to talk about this, we got to address this, because people need to know. People need to know. Hey, Cherish, good night to see you. And that is what was the main thing that struck me over the past year. Especially when I see so many. I mean, you don't see them comment in the chat, right? No. You don't see them comment in the chat on.
But they're watching.
But they got a lot of people watching, and that hits home for me. That has been humbling over the past year for me as well, because I realize that you're doing something of merit, as opposed to we just putting out stuff or we have 5 subscribers or we only posted 5 videos and being the family watching, and that's that, you know what I mean? But people tuning in every day watching, it's cool, right? And sometimes you don't want to do it, but it's like, hey, and let me rephrase, not that you don't want to do it, but every day ain't the same. You don't feel the same every day. You don't want to get up every day and do it. But it's like, you know what? We got the show tonight. We committed to this. And that's one of the lessons I learned too. Be where you're supposed to be. Do what you're supposed to do. Get up. I say all the time, guys. I've said it before. We as men, we don't get to mail it in. Oh. We got to be here.
Got to be here.
So I come, I prepare, and shoot, we come and we kick it out. you know. So yeah, man, that's one of the things I learned. What about you, man? Talk to me.
Well, for me, I completely agree with everything you said. I think the most humbling thing of this whole experience is that, um, yes, men go through similar things, and you're finding more people. To me, what is most humbling is that guys are willing to have these conversations, right?
Yeah.
Because before going into it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought this was gonna be a space where women would come to just to discern, how men think or what's going on with men. And men ain't gonna really tune in like that. Like men are just watching. Because as we always say, men about doing the business.
Yeah.
Men ain't really want to be vulnerable or whatever. But it's very, very humbling to me. And this will spill into moments that really highlighted it for me. Where men, particularly as you said, guys met up to today. Kevin Mane messages me regularly to tell me certain stuff and share certain content with me. There's a man I went to primary school with, right? There's a man that I've known since I was 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
But no, in the last year, we've communicated more, and the guys are more willing to have these conversations. Out of this came so many different things, because not only do we do this and we do the shorts, but we do have a live space where we meet every now and then, and people that I have never spoke to before in life, men that I know, that are prominent men in society that I never talked with before, come and talk the thing straight, right? And it felt safe. And I think that's the humbling thing about it. Highlight for me is, for sure, we had on Ramel Miller, we had Ramel Hall the other day. I think Aston and some other guys sharing their experiences, like willing to share, fill up, you know what I mean? Willing to talk and say, here, tune, this is what's been going on. This is my experience. This is not okay. And, a lot of people may think that we're doing this just to get ROI again, to circle women and say, I want to do a beer jar or whatever. But it's simply to understand, to kind of, as you said, the counterbalance. You said that a few episodes ago. We're the counterbalance. Because out there in society, men are held it as the evil, right? We are the most dangerous
villains.
We are villains.
And
dangerous, right? Which is another highlight, but we are seen as dangerous, right? And I think that that's just simply not true, because within our circle of other circles, by and large, we see completely different things. Yes, men do foolish things, but they're no different than any human being walking the planet. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. We all have carnal urges. We all, we lie, cheat, and steal. We all do it. No one race does it more than the other. And it is important to have that come to the fore when dealing with this man-woman thing, because one thing has always been said is that we men are the worst. We're the pits. We're trying to show that, all right, we're the pits, right? But one in a better. We need to pull up ourselves, particularly in the Black community. So from there, I would speak about things that we would have learned in the YouTube and Manosphere game. I think that, and this speaks to what you were saying about consistency. I think over the last year, well, for sure, it's helped to solidify this for me. Show up, deal with what you gotta deal with. You know what I mean? Be consistent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? As much as we have fun doing this, and as much as this is not a job in the true sense, because we always joke and say, if we get $1 from this here, we go always ski mask, we robbing, right? But I treat this like I have turned down paying jobs to ensure that I've been here, because there is a commitment I have to you. There's a commitment I have to this project. There's a commitment I have to the people that tune into us. Even if we ain't got 1 million people, shoot, we haven't got 100 people that's watch me. In night come 50 people don't watch me. But the point is that there's an expectation, right? And we have given the social contract that we'll be here. So commitment for sure, consistency, and some of the things that we've learned is, credit people when you're doing the articles. You know what I mean? Be mindful of certain things that you put, because we have had videos been, we ain't getting a strike, but we had a warning. And so it's interesting just how to navigate. Rian, happy birthday. Shout you out, my girl. Like, glad to see you. Glad you're here to join us. But yeah, it has been a journey, and it has shown me that by and large, these conversations need to be continued to be had, right? We invite people onto this show to talk. We open the lines to you to talk. It is very, very important that we have this conversation. Why? Because men believe one thing and women believe another thing. And there's a disconnect.
A disconnect.
Yeah. Between men and women, divorce rates are at an all-time high. No one person, and we can get into this show because this is a perfect segue into what we are going to talk about tonight. So, you know, for me, I enjoy doing this with you, my brother. I love you. I love doing this. I love everybody that's come out. Some people I know personally, some people I have always known personally, but there have been people that have shared and been willing to share. And even the people that challenge us, even our, I don't want to say haters or detractors, but the people that don't agree with what we say, right? If you tune in just to watch the shorts, if you tune in just to wait for us to slip up, whatever your reason is for coming to watch us and tuning into our content, we completely appreciate it. For all of those that have subscribed, liked, disliked, we appreciate it because this is the only way, this is where it starts. We don't see ourselves as saviors because they got other people out there doing podcasts too. They got other men doing podcasts too. Right? And it's interesting because I had a conversation with a youngster that has another podcast, man in his early 20s. And we did a project together last month on a separate different thing. And we were driving, I picked him up, we were driving and we were just talking. He told me he got a podcast about men and men's issues. I got a podcast about men and men's issues. Until we talking and finishing each other's sentences. I don't know this, man. Because no matter how, shoot, we see Aaron Edwards in here.
Yeah.
He is 12 years old. And he
Bigger Aaron.
taking in the learning. Because no matter if you are,
Aaron's my G.
yeah, no matter if you are 12 or 82, we all men going through it. So we appreciate it. We are humbled. But this is not what the show is about. Thank you very much that we look swag on. Shit. God damn it. You know.
God damn it.
No, I don't clean up sometimes. I don't shave. I don't cut my hair. But I could do it, you know. I could do it. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as you know, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, before every episode of the live stream, Derek goes on our social media page, particularly Facebook. Give us a follow and a like. Senate Podcast on Facebook. And Derek goes there, he posts something to get the conversation going and to let everybody know what we'll be talking about in the next episode. This, no matter it's special, there is still, we still doing it. We still have to do it. My man Derek put it out there today. And he would have talked about it on Tuesday a bit about what we'll be talking about. So, Derek, my brother, lead us tonight in sermon.
Tonight we're going to do it a little differently. Right? Today we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to go through this because the way the article is came in like slides and points. So we can read through, we can discuss slide by slide, and we can keep it rocking, all right? Big up to Rihanna on the birthday. Happy birthday to you. Shout out to everybody in the house. Really, truly appreciate y'all being here and rocking with us for the past year.
Yes.
Hit the like button on the way in. Yeah, hit the like button on the way in. If you're new, hit the subscribe button on the way in. And to set the mood, you know, you gotta get in gear with you since we in that kind of crimson thing, right?
The crimson time.
We're in the crimson time, right? So,
Crimson time.
so I don't know if you're ready, Neil. We got the top 7 reasons. This is from Essence. And this is the top 7 reasons why single black men don't approach black women.
You on screen already, brother?
Good. You know, it is critical to note that these are professional matchmakers who've and they've revealed the reasons why some of their black male clients feel intimidated by black women. It is also critical to say, this article is written by a black woman or a couple of black women, and I figure you can pick that up already. It just was on the screen. Anybody want to tell me what words give them away? This was written black women. Anybody just write the words in the chat. Big up to you, Romel Vaughn. Good to see you, my brother.
Yeah, shout out, Romel.
Yeah, if you know the words on the first slide that give away that the article is written by a black woman or some black women, drop it in the chat. Let me see if we clicking over, if anything, if we impacting any minds in the past year. Yeah? So what are we waiting? Sports, if you ain't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. I see 3 likes, Neil. That's what you got so far.
Yeah, I got 3 likes. That don't make sense. We got 20 people in here. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people.
Come on.
Come on, give us that like
This is-
or
us the
dislike.
Yeah. You can save the dislikes for later because you might get triggered by some of the things I'm gonna say. But yeah. So let me go, Neil.
Mhm.
Right? Everybody let the walk there from the laptop in the time, right? So we at number 1. You're saying that we went straight to the source, right? We on screen, Neil?
Yes, sir.
As professional matchmakers, we are often asked the same question by black women. Why are some men so intimidated by us? Thank you, Beijing Erica. Intimidated by black queens. Yes, that is the that was the giveaway word, intimidated. They're not making this up. Oftentimes, if we are accomplished, we're seen as too independent. And if we don't have an established career and completely cater to a man's needs, we're often looked at as gold diggers. We can't win. Black women are wonderful. We know this. But somehow, many of our clients often believe that dating a sister is no longer in style for black men. We've asked single black men to share some of the real perceptions floating around about dating black women to help jumpstart the conversation and dispel some of the myths out there. Here are the top 7 responses. Now, so this article is attempting to do the same thing that we do here, kind of dispel the myths, start the conversation, right? So here we go. No, before we go, yeah, let me just say, because I feel like if this is not starting in good faith at all, right? Because you're immediately saying they're intimidated by black women, which may or may not be true. A better question is, why are black men not approaching, right? So we started in bad faith already, right? Language is important. Words are important. Abby would have said that to us some months ago in the chat, right? Words are important, right? So the language is important. So let us go, right? So they're saying we don't seem as fun. This is black women, all right, writing this article. Don't seem as fun. Unfortunately, black women often have so many things we are trying to juggle that it can sometimes become second nature to not smile or take a moment to say hello. Remember, we talked about this some time ago. We spoke about it. Why black women don't smile. People get vexed. Saying,
yeah, smile boat.
They ain't had a smile boat, why you should smile, etc., etc. I ain't owe you no smile and all that. That's all well and fine. But the men you want somebody pleasant.
They
spoke about this on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
I tell you to walk about skinny and they eat roast dog, as my mother would say. Right? What? Just looking pleasant. Just looking like if, you want somebody to approach you. Makes such a difference. Right? Such a difference. Right?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, you broke
it.
Yeah,
man.
You broke it there a minute, so you may have to repeat.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. The devil want to get the men for an anniversary night. But anyhow, yeah. And here's the thing, Neil. Immediately, ladies and gents, we see the ducking of accountability, the deflection. What did it say, Neil? And I am trying to show you, gentlemen, how to break this stuff down so that you know when you go into these streets what to look for, right? They have so many things juggling, yeah, that it becomes second nature not to smile. So it's not your fault, yeah? Only you got the exclusive rights to having shit on your mind that you have to juggle.
Shoot, one could even argue that we got shit juggling too, but we got approach. So, I mean, anyhow,
yeah, go, but that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
What is accountability? You know what I mean? Fun's a right? Fun can take a backseat when we're fighting to pay bills, continue our education, and make a name for ourselves. That's a law ducking like Father Fox here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of this, some black men believe that women of other races maintain a more light, airy, fun girl approach to love in their adult years, which they ultimately find more attractive.
Also, black people only have the corner on responsibilities and juggling stuff. So white,
Adulting.
Asians, Hispanic, all those other Indians, they don't got things to juggle. Or I guess we can start getting into the variables in the struggle.
You know it is slavery and all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh boy, look at Erica there.
After a while,
we just had a breakup there. Sorry. We smile at who we want to,
and on that we agree. On that we agree, Erica.
Large facts.
They feel that after a while, our focus shifts from being the fun girlfriend to being more practical instead, and solely concerned with ensuring the house is clean, meals are made, and children are taken care of. Those things are most important, of course, but remember that relationships need full-time nurturing and maintenance too. Now, today, I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and she was asking me, on Tuesday, I said in the show that men would prefer women who are childless. And she was making the point that she didn't find it fair. She thought she needed some clarification. And this is one of the reasons why. Well, you need to read in here, gentlemen, right? After a while, our focus shifts from being the fun girlfriend to being more practical instead, and solely concerned with ensuring the house is clean, meals are made, and children are taken care of. Gentlemen, you will never be first. That's what that really means. That's womanese there. You will never be first. Right? And to my friend who I hope you're listening and watching, there's another reason why men will stay away from women who have children. Yeah, and if you want to have, because it's a marketplace, it's competition, you got to compete. You got to bring other stuff. Who want to argue with me? You can argue with it. Tonight is the night, right?
What I would say to what you're saying there is that, I firmly believe that nobody should be somebody else's number one. You should never be somebody's priority. I do agree that men don't want to take care of other men's children, nor do they want to seem as though they're being wholly and solely ignored. I don't think anybody wants to feel as they're wholly and solely ignored. I know women that say they would not date men with children, for that same very reason. But it is important to note that don't try to be the body top priority. Or sorry, you should not make somebody your top priority. Let me put it like that, right? Don't make the body in the top priority book there.
Right. But here's the thing. Right? Here's the thing. You, as a man, you go and you pick up a woman. And I asked my friend this today too. I said, me and you get together. Who come in first? Me or you, son? And we know the answer to that.
Easy, right? Clear.
And it means now, I'm coming second to somebody that I have little to no connection to, right? So check Rihanna here now. Once a man helps cook, clean, and wash, and help with the kids, and the burden is released from her, she can then focus on being more fun. Okay, Rihanna, are you willing to help, cut some grass and go up on the roof and pack some holes? Help with plumbing. Clean the grease trap. These are things that you are willing to do consistently. I tell you about your social contract. This is what it looks like, right? Also, let me go back to this slide because this slide is interesting, right? Please note, fun can take a back seat when we're fighting to pay bills, etc., continue education and all that stuff. But I assure you, right? What do most women tell you coming out in the 20s? late teens, early 20s. Shoot. Some people wait to get in the 30s. This is the time to do what, Neil? Have some fun. Date people. See what's going on out there in the world.
Yeah, your nails
But
do.
now you're saying to us, yeah. Now you're saying to us that, we concentrate on other things, more serious things, more practical things. Yet still a man, if you ask a woman if she can cook for a man, she'll tell you no. In 2021, 2022. Not all men want a mother, not a woman. They want someone to cuddle them, not challenge them. And when you're not going in the same direction, the relationship fails. Welcome, Mina. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us. What I would say to that is we could flip that and we could change the pronouns to be masculine. Because some women just want men to be fathers and ATMs. I mean, let us understand something, right? There are some men that want to be cuddled, but that's not what we're talking about. See, when we talk about certain things in this space, we're talking about men. Yeah, and when we talk about men, we talked about this before, so Mina, you may have missed that, but basically when we talk about men, we're talking about men that are willing to lead, to take care of certain things, and to do certain things. Yes, some men want to be cuddled, but then some women want to be led in terms of having a father figure like that. So to me, let us be careful how we bring these things, because it could go both ways. The salient point here is that some women, or rather the social contract, as Derek is saying, speaks to, Rian said it, a man is cook and clean and help do these things around the house. But when the man doing certain things, are you willing to help doing certain things? I said Jennifer said, yes, she's willing to help. That's not the rule. That's not the rule, especially when I'm going to get one in nails done. Let me be real, right? So I appreciate your comment, Mina, and I take your comment. Some men do want a mother, but let's not lead with that as a grounds for anything substantial, because that can go both ways of the aisle, of the aisle.
Not all men want a mother, not a woman. I don't want to get into the whataboutism, right? I don't. And I quite like this comment. They want a woman, they want somebody to cuddle them, not challenge them. Challenge me doing what? Challenge a man doing what? That's the question for right now. Challenge the man doing what?
I love
you say all the time.
I love you going with this. I love you going with this. Go ahead, my brother.
You say all the time. You want me to lead how you want me to lead, right? Women love to say, if you ask them who's supposed to lead, the man's supposed to lead. But that is as conditional as it gets. As they tell you all the time, the want what they want right now. So I want you to lead right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah? If I want changing, I want you to lead right now. I will never forget. Late last year, we had a little live meeting, and I remember you had an exchange with a friend of ours, mm-hmm. and you made the point. There are certain things that, because we were talking about gender roles, right? Traditional gender roles, and you made the point, hey, if the baby crying the night or whatever, who's supposed to deal with it? And the response coming to the audience from the peanut gallery was, hey, the woman's supposed to deal with it. But sorry, it depends.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on who tired and what the woman was doing, and it depends.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Tonight is the night. Right? So, yeah. It depends if your woman tired, the man should get up and help and all that. Cool. And they asked, okay. Because I saw you were ready to jump on it. And they said, no, don't let her finish the statement. She finished the statement. I said, okay, that's all right. So let me say we got a burglar in the house. And the man dog tired. My work.
Graveyard. The double.
Yeah.
Whatever he's do.
My work. 56 hours over 2 days. Right? Come home, my dog tired, my sleeping. My out like a light. Burglar breaking your house. Who's supposed to get and deal with it?
There, that is.
And then suddenly,
without hesitation, without hesitation,
she gonna make a demand.
without
right?
equivocation.
And ladies and gents, that is the crux of all the problems we have in the man-woman dynamic. Women are allowed to be two people. You can be strong, independent man when you want to be, or you can be babe in the woods when you want to be. Again, they ask me, a challenge doing what? Challenge doing what? Because you got to understand, I love it, love the statements that we get here, right?
I loving it. I mean,
words have meaning. So when you think challenge, Neil, what's one of the first things that comes to your mind?
contention. Shoot, basketball. We play sports.
Challenge.
When
men hear challenge, men are going to
down.
think it is time to get my back up. It is time to respond in some kind of aggressive way.
To fold my arms and defend myself.
Yeah. So if you want to say offer counsel, maybe that goes a little better. But when the time you use the word challenge.
That's combative.
That's combative.
Combative language. Combative language. There's so much here to unpack. I love it. So I see good night, Lee. Oh, thanks for joining us. Hope everything is well. My nails done and I'm still doing these things, Jennifer says. Well, I know Jennifer used a different breed, but you know. The Beja Erica, well, you all equate feminine with submissive. So yes, when have we equated feminine with submissive? When have we said that submission is a feminine trait? When have we outright said that submission equals to femininity? I remember in this space saying, I remember even saying it. I either say Tuesday or last Thursday. Submission looks like this. Submission is both partners understanding their strengths and weaknesses. Derek and I are two men. We do this podcast. I submit to Derek in the going into the battles and the social media stuff, posting certain things and doing the monologue and setting up everything. And Derek submits to me to the production and also for a more genuine reaction to things. So he keeps certain things from me, etc., right? But the point is that Derek and I don't try to lead this thing. We both lead in our own ways, and it has been working. It is a year. I say all of that to say that in a man-woman's dynamic, a woman may be very good at cutting the grass, so the man submits to that. The man might be very good at cooking and cleaning, so the woman submits to that. That is how a healthy relationship works. That is both masculine and feminine working together in submission and leadership roles to have things going. When we talk about leadership, in the traditional sense, we're talking about things like the burglars. We're talking about things like proposing. We're talking about things like asking out people. We're talking about things like buying gifts on Valentine's Day and buying roses. Let us not fool our foot here. But there's it's multi-layered. Submission and leadership, there are gender roles within that context. But for a relationship to work, which we have always said in this space, is that both people have to submit at some point to make it work. Somebody got to lead and somebody got to submit. But in the end, by and large, if we're talking about a unit and moving forward, we both can't lead. If we both going in for long, we both can't get in there and say, we both talking at the same time. No, somebody has to take the lead. Generally, it has been men. Is that a hard and fast rule? No. But the point is, Erica, when you say that we all equate femininity to submission, so yes, cuddle, don't challenge, I will say that is not necessarily so. We don't equate femininity to submission, and cuddling and challenge, those are two extremes of things that men don't really want.
And they don't really add up. Because you are, I had that in my notes for tonight too, right? From the very first slide. You say you're either strong and independent or you're a gold digger. Why must it be the extreme? Why must it be the extreme, right? There never seems to be some kind of middle ground. So if you're in coddling, to your mind, you are challenging.
In the middle ground there.
There's no saying, well, offering wise counsel
Suggestions.
without being combative. I said it on Tuesday. Men want women who are physically attractive, pleasant, yeah, cooperative. No man don't want to feel like if he's being challenged, to use your word, all the time. Because what are you challenging? That's the part I really want to know. What are you challenging?
Right.
Because if you just challenging for challenging's sake, that's get old real fast.
Real fast.
Real fast. I've had situations, right, where I be speaking about things in my field, and the female I'm talking to at the time wants to say, well, no, it ain't this, it is that. Things that I know, things that I've studied, things that I know for a fact what I'm saying is 100% accurate. You still got me, Neil?
Yeah, I say yeah. Sorry, I hear, sorry.
Things that I know are 100% accurate. And I'm still being told, but I feel that.
I feel
all
like.
right, no problem. No problem. Feel you want to feel. I have nothing further to say. You know what I mean? I get that you want to. No, matter of fact, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Stop the cap.
Why do you feel the need to challenge for challenging sake? I would love to know, right?
And here's another thing because this challenge thing is very important, because we spoke about this before, right? You're with a person, right? You're with a man. You understand, you may have had the conversation to say, these are the roles that we're having. This is where you can lead. This is where you can lead. This is where I'm going to submit. This is where you're going to submit. You all both have a very honest conversation, right? And you know he has designated himself as the leader in the maintenance of the outside of the house, right? This is a conversation. You all have had it. If you have said, all right, Derek is your man, and you've said, Derek will take care of the landscaping of the property. However, your only concern is when you go there, you ain't got a forest growing outside your house. You understand? If Derek decides the Sunday, Derek's normally cut the grass, but you see a crew out there working, right? And he inside got his hand on his pants watching basketball, and you come to say, well, how come you're out there cutting grass? Well, you know that we da. To me, that is challenging his leadership when you have already had that conversation. You understand? That is akin to you've cooked a meal for your man, and the man said, you understood that you take the initiative in the kitchen, or you have had the conversation that you are the leader in the kitchen. The man come and eat this chicken and eat this food and say, well, I don't like taste this food. This food, how you could cook this food, so? That is challenging the person's leadership. That is challenging the person. Where are we challenging people? To me, this is how I see Derek and I challenge each other, but we don't challenge, it is unspoken, right? Because Derek challenges it we have an unspoken thing where he challenges me to kind of, with these shorts, he challenges me to kind of think out the box when they edited them. We've never had this conversation. Derek don't come and say, well, how you edit this is bad jump? No. But there's an unwritten rule. Derek goes to the gym 6 days a week. My back been hurting me for the last few months. He said, no, I can't let this man. And he already said it. He said he won't be sexist bar member. That I already got that title right down. So that can't work with me. So I get in gym. Right? That is challenging for the better. You understand what I mean? Not nagging, not complaining, but kind of having a competition of trying to improve yourself. You understand? You look at your partner and you say, okay, I see my partner doing what he's doing. He looking fly, he looking sexy. Shoot, I want to look good too. Take care of myself, get in the gym.
Oh, about that challenge.
Right? But when we talk about
challenge. Taking out that challenge.
Nobody taking out that challenge. But when we talk about challenge, right? When we talk about challenge, it drums, and we don't, and the thing is, Derek probably is the first thing he hears say that we challenge one another. Probably never thought about it like that. But I don't use this language with Derek because I don't say I challenge Derek you with you how you get these shorts and this social media thing. I don't question what he do. We have an understanding that we got a product to deliver, we got something to do, and we do it.
And you know where that is, Neil? You know where that is?
Tell me what it is, my brother.
Well, you could shut your eyes and come here to do this show. I could shut my eyes and come here and do this show. Because we have chosen properly to start.
Okay.
So let us say we can use the same two people, but we can reverse the roles, right? I depended on you to bring the story. You depended on me for the production. We be saying on here doing shit every night.
We won't be out of here for sure.
Because the roles we have not chosen properly, or we have not delegated correctly, right?
Right.
No. Look at what Fergie said, right? Earlier, Fergie said it. Let me scroll and find it. I think we have to measure how much you listen to what women want. Sometimes we have to tell women that they're not being honest, right?
Mm.
And then when we come further down, Lee says feelings aren't facts.
This is interesting. So shout out Tanti, man, Tanti, Cheryl, thanks for joining us. Shpandi said he but for a minute. That's all right, you're here.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute for real. Yeah. Let me go forward. We got some more to get into. So
they got some of these things we gotta get to, but we must press on. We don't want to get
we got a show to run.
All right. We back on screen.
Keep it rolling in the chat. We can keep it rolling over.
We can get back here for sure at some point.
We look like we can't be bothered. We've heard men tell us that black women often come across as if we don't want to be bothered when we're out and about in the public, whether in a store or leaving the office. We often appear more focused on what's ahead or the next stop and not on meeting someone new.
Oh, I love that. You got points to make, but I have things to say on this.
Just go for it, brother. Go for it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you look like you can't be bothered because that's how you look. You can't in one breath say that you want men to approach, and then in another breath, when they come to dance with you and affect you up and down me, or when they come to talk, you understand? When they come to talk to you, you hands full. You see, it's so. You see. We got to talk some things, right? We got to talk some things. We have to understand that it is hard being a man and a woman. But because we are men, we can only speak from our perspective, right? And this is why I say it's very hard to be a man. And there's no one worse than the other or better than the other or not. They both have unique challenges to their existence and perspective. Now, as a man, you have to discern when is the best opportunity to approach a woman. Bitch, if you see a woman walking about her day, going about whatever, she may be in the supermarket, she may be paying a bill in sure pay, she may be going about life, eating a food. That is not the time for us to approach because you're doing your life. You're going about your life. So you want us to approach, but when we approach, you got things going on. You can't be the fun woman. You're juggling. But then when we don't approach, well, we look unbothered. Pick a lane. It is hard for us to choose exactly when to approach a woman. There are opportunities. As I've said this, I have hardly ever approached a woman once. And that was on a peer pressure thing. And it went horribly wrong. I have seen men countlessly approach women, right? And got shot down. Now, for me, I understand when is the opportunity to do things. And you don't just hit on a woman and say, my friend, you look real sexy, how about your number? No, there's a bit of tact or game, if you will, approaching these things. A woman don't want her, she beautiful, she know that. You don't approach a woman you know meet and say, my friend, you sexy, but she know that. You know, bringing news to she. So how about you challenge on my brain. Why don't you talk to her as a human being? But see, we have to understand, right? You cannot want us to approach saying that, well, we got things to do, we going about we life and everything like that. But then when we say, okay, they got things to do, she out there doing her thing, she shopping, she doing whatever. We can't slide in DMs. Because what sliding in DMs mean? Men, don't slide in DMs. Do not slide. No, I'm telling men, do not slide in DMs. If you call approaching, that's the worst part for you to be as a man when it comes to my woman thing. And so, I can wrap this up because I know Derek wants to continue the show. you got to appreciate the fact that men are putting themselves out there, right? We are far more rejected than women. 10,000 times more rejected in approaching than women. From life, from jump. So we have to understand, if you don't want to smile, you don't want to come over as pleasant or anything like that, you're going about your life. That ain't no problem. I ain't approaching. I have told my guy friends, I've advised guy friends, they're not an opportunity for you to talk to this woman. A man would tell me, you, that woman look good, Neil. What should do? I said, well, right now we on a job, we filming. You can't, this is not the place to do it. You understand what I mean? So then the man said, but I might miss this opportunity. He said, brother, that's life. You understand what he's saying? But do not let us say you want men to approach. But no, sorry, you can't in one side say that you don't look fun, you got things going, you going about life, you juggling bills, you juggling children, you juggling responsibilities, etc. And then say you look like you can't be bothered because you out and about doing these things. When are we to approach? I'm asking the women here pointedly, when do you want a man to approach you? When is a good time for a man to approach you? Tell us straight. When you see me out on the street, I see you out on the street. You may know me, you may not know me. When you want me to approach you, how you want me to approach you? Shoot, you may not know me. How you want me to approach you? When is the right time to approach you? How do I go about it? Say that in the comment. Sorry, Derek, go ahead.
To add on to Neil's question, what signals are you giving me to allow me to know to approach you? Right? So ladies, you can answer that in the chat. When should men approach? What signals are you giving? What signals do women give so that a man can know he can approach, right? But I like your point, Neil, about when you were on a job and the guy was making the point where, yeah, this woman like I would like to approach. And you were like, well, we put a job, so this ain't really time. And his response was, well, yeah, he might miss this opportunity. So what?
I just leave me tropics, brother.
So what? As my auntie Rosin would tell you, you don't run behind a bus on a woman, another one will come. Now, Neil got some camera problems going on, so he just stopped for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. But gentlemen, stay on your purpose. Abundance mindset. Don't run behind no woman. Here's the thing. If you go in the supermarket, exactly, Fergie, there will hardly be a right time.
To that, Fergie, you know, have you noticed? I've had relationships. Some of you may know some of the women I've dated. But you realize it just say on the approach one woman. So you know what has happened? Either A, I saw an opportunity for a mutual conversation, or B, I was approached. So you know what? Since we live in a modern time and women don't want to be traditional.
Equality and all that.
And all of that, approach the man you want. Put yourself out there. Rejection be down, because men get rejected every single day. So if you see me out and about, shoot your shot. Not for true, but you understand the point I'm trying to make.
Gents, stay on your purpose, especially in 2022. Stay on your purpose. As Neil said, they will come to you. Because equality and all that, you know what I mean? Because here's the reality. If you go, as I was saying, to the supermarket, imagine you go to the supermarket, you go in at Massey. No goods on display, none. Got fruit section set up, everything boarded up. You go down back by the meat section, everything boarded up. Your immediate thought will be, well, there is nothing for me here. And you will leave and you will go to cost you less.
Price low.
Price smart.
No, price low is the same thing.
So low.
Yeah,
so low.
Yeah.
Black Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You will go elsewhere. So fellas, if you go and you see these women and they don't look approachable, they don't look like they want to be approached,
and you don't see an opportunity, that's very, very important.
But here's the thing, even if you do see an opportunity,
you know, you're right,
because Mina is saying, say, excuse, can I talk to you? It's simple. It's not that simple.
All right, time out, Mina. I don't see that. Mina,
real.
Say, excuse me, can I talk to you? It's simple, but some men are aggressive as Mina.
I hope I got you covered though.
Right. So Mina, I have quite literally my own two eyes seen men approach women saying, "Hi, I would just like to talk to you. I find you very attractive or whatever." Right? And you know what's happened, Mina? Mina, these women have not only rejected them, but when the man continues and say, "But I found you attractive," or making small talk, but let's say in a supermarket line with groceries or whatever, they get rejected.
Correct.
Shoot.
And they see Erica making the point is the manner of the approach. They don't need to hear from a strange man house how much you want to whatever. Sometimes the smell attract.
Ladies,
the worst, you can't win. Please, let me give you again, ladies. Because guess what? If you are sexually attracted to that man,
it matters not. It matters not.
And we know this.
So let's
these rules only apply for the men that you don't want.
Let me stop this here.
Let me keep it 100.
Let me keep it 1,000. Because you don't want to hear a strange man how much. We're not talking about those men. Right? We're not. Let us understand something here, right? You see Derek and myself come and sit down here. We come disseminating information to you. We have these conversations. Derek and myself look like two men that's go and see a woman and say, "Don't know the woman." Shoot, Erica, we know you. You think we were gonna lamp on you and say, "Erica, you barely want for nothing like laundry, you know. You want for nothing like a lawn furniture. You want dismantling like IKEA." When we please, and this is part of the problem as well, right? Shout out Victoria, thank you very much, my dear. Thanks for joining us. Let us understand something, right? Here's the problem. There's too much lumping of people into things, right? We are here telling you, right? Men do not have an opportunity. We don't see an opportunity. When a man approaches you, my man, as my man Derek say, come and approach you, right? And talk about, "My girl, you barely want." But Dinah, man, you should be picking it anyhow. Dinah, he is not an option. He's not a choice. We're not talking about that. You are not looking. Corey Graves, there's got to be a year for you, Kinga. What's going on, my brother? You watching with 2 minutes rough? Hold on to the giddy and my brother drink a rum. What I am saying here is, if you already know you're not choosing that man that coming and say, "I want for you like laundry." You ain't choosing them men. You ain't approaching them men. Them men, you can spot them men. Them men are men that you can spot. The men that you want, the men that are of caliber and of class, ain't them men. And if some of them are, they are in a minority. The men you want ain't walking up to you and say, "Want for you up." They're not doing it. They're not doing it. If I talking BS, if I capping, put it in the chat and tell me. So let us stop this thing of saying, "Oh, some men aggressive and thing." Yes, some men are aggressive. Some men approach wrong. And we have held them men to task in this space before. Don't walk to the woman and say you want for them up. We've said that before. So let us dispel this. The man you want to approach you and the kind of man you want to get is not walking up to you saying he's following you up. So now let's get rid of he. Let's get rid of them sort of men. Me and Derek approaching. Me and Derek stand up. Me and Derek having a conversation. You, Eric, look real good, boy, Derek. But we in a supermarket line. I approach and say, "I see you got some eclipse there, Erica." But
you are breaking up the eclipse.
Right? But I say, "Erica, you got some eclipse there, man, and put some sardines with that." You as the first lady said, you already going through your life, you juggling things, 1,000 things on your mind. One thing is not on your mind is love, is relationship. And so you don't seem warm to me. So now it's to continue saying, "Well, shoot, I done with shoot." The mere fact I used to say to you is it. So let us stop the cap. I understand we coming from our experiences. I understand we coming from examples of things we've seen and heard. But let us be fair. We are talking about the men you want. We are talking about the men that you want to have a committed and understanding relationship with. Men that are worth the salt, men that can lead and submit, that understands the ebb and flow of a relationship. Those men sound like men that can come and talk about breaking you up like raw macaroni. So let me slow down, man.
Yeah, shout out my man Kanga, man. Good to see you, the host. It's been a minute since I hear you. Steve says a simple good morning and they do the far distance look off, right? And let me be real. You see it all the time.
Daily, you know.
There are some people who miraculously go check his cell phone and stuff like that. Some people just refuse to make eye contact. Shoot, I see it in the gym, right? People come in the gym, and by people, I mean women, come in the gym. I say good evening to the ear. I mean, you can't sit there and speak, but they're speaking to the hand sanitizer, they're speaking to the temperature gun.
We'll find everything to look up but you.
And some people are right there, and they smile and they say to themselves, look at this foolishness.
And I be there like, brother, just please, just stop hanging yourself. Walk away. Just walk away.
You know what I mean? And let me be real. Not every woman wants that type of relationship, and not every man that talks to you wants to get, a man might just be nice. A man might just be saying, hey, how you doing?
You look nice. I find you attractive.
And for a man to say, hey, looking good, probably not like that, but it's not a crime. Anyhow, let me crack on.
Yeah, we got more. We can come back to it. We keep commenting, good conversation. We can get there. All right, my brother, tell me when you're ready to crack.
Yeah, man, you're always ready. You're always ready.
All right.
Born ready.
We on screen.
Lance Stevenson. We don't offer enough support.
It's Lance Stevenson. They don't catch that.
Yeah. Is there some truth to the perception that some of us can overlook a black man or not be as uplifting because instead we think they need to have already arrived before we give them a chance? Some brothers seriously think so and feel they have seen evidence of it early on within relationships. They often say they feel more supported by women of other ethnicities earlier on in their careers and during their college years. I got you covered, brother. Yeah. We talk about divesting in this space sometimes. It doesn't really apply with any Barbadian context, but we got people that, Mina is in the US. We got Denise. Denise
is in the US as well. Marley
Denise is in the US.
UK.
Marley is in the UK and stuff like that. And so divesting is a real thing over there. People dating interracially and all that. Not so much here in Barbados. Right? But that is why, right? There is a perception, right? And I've heard a couple people talking about it. Caucasian women tend to get married early, go forward, right? Other races tend to marry early. Black people, not so much, right? And then they wonder. We talked about Trey Young a couple of weeks ago. Michael Coulter, Luke Cage. He too is married to. Now, one of the things they said is that, hey, my girl hold me down, and I really had nothing, right? We referenced Michelle Obama here in this space only a few weeks ago, and they say it all the time. Women like to move in, like to build, right? So they kind of wait at the finish line, choose the winners. Unfortunately, the time you decide you want to pick a winner, somebody already handing you some water and stuff like that along the run. So he really got a need for you at the end if all you bring is a towel. And a lot of we support black men to the expense of ourselves. Black women get overlooked by black women or by black men. All right.
Before you tackle that, I see Corey is saying he thinks it's more generational, cultural, and that's what I was thinking as well, Derek, because we did have this conversation over the weekend where we are babies in this societal thing as the black community. So the white community would more marry early and support earlier because they have a different culture than we do. So I take what you're saying, Corey. I think that's a bit of it. But there's also something to be said where, and I think Derek is going to get into this now when it comes to Mina's comment, because here's the thing. When let me see how to approach this here. Choose my words carefully. There's always the risk when you support someone of being overlooked. The same way you said that, I've heard countless, to this today self, I was getting my haircut and my barber told me of a story where he was overlooked by a woman. When he said he picked her up and try to support her and make her a better person, right? I think what we need to understand here is that early on in our podcasting history here, we had a conversation where we were talking about what women want in men. And one of the overwhelming things was that the man must be financially stable. Meaning that the man must come to you already got his paper in order, right? And again, this is what was said to us. And so I think that as much as you say that there's an to the expense of things, when you setting a standard for yourself that we talk about it all of the time. Women have said that a man must make as much as them or more. The average man makes how much there? It was 2,500. No, not 2,500. No, the average.
That's across the board. The average salary in Barbados is $2,500.
Right, but the average man, I can't remember what answer said, but the average man does not make as much as you think, right? And let's be honest, there are a lot more average men out there than there are 1%ers or men of means. And so you want a man to have all of his ducks in a row. Shoot, Derek and myself, to you, to whomever may be watching, may not have our ducks in a row compared to where you are in life. You may have gotten your education early. You've been in your job for the last 20 years. Derek and I, we are in the cultural arts, right? It is a struggle. But does that mean that we don't deserve support? So when we say that you don't offer enough support, there are a lot of black women out there that fully believe that you must have your ish together. You must got your ish together, right? I'm going to say ish together by your standard. We've had a lot of conversation over the last year with women. We've read and watched a lot of content, and we have seen certain things in Barbados, overseas, etc. Right? No, I'm not only talking about financial support. No. Let's be clear, because it may sound like I'm talking about financial support, and that's part of it. But something as simple as understanding. Look, I understand you don't have your money where you are now. I understand that you're grinding, doing whatever. Let me support you in your dreams and your goals. We have a friend of ours, right? Shout out Justin Marvel of This Just In. Every Monday at 8 p.m. That's another show that I produce. He has recently married and moved overseas. His wife supports his dream of being essentially on Sports Center. He wants to be a sports journalist, a television sports journalist, analyst, etc. Right? Here in Barbados, he has dated a lot of black women, and a lot of black women say, "But you waste your time with that. That ain't nothing that you should be getting into." Right? We ain't talking money, the emotional support. The emotional support, because sometimes some things may not look like something to you, but you like the man. And as we're saying, we don't have a dating culture. So whoops, man, when I fall in the bed and when in a relationship, which is oftentimes how it goes down. You don't have these hard conversations. And now you find out that the man wants to be the best power washer in Barbados, and then lining up with your corporate image of what a man should be. Right? So support comes in very many facets, but by and large, if you are with a man, and the man, let's say the man even working a 9 to 5, but he does not like his job, he wants to be a calligrapher, right? You have to support that and allow him to do that. From what we see across the black community, women oftentimes see these things as frivolous, not lining up with their things, and it comes back to challenging. You understand what I'm saying? Anyhow, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah. We support black men to the expense of ourselves. Black women get looked over by black men. They jump to the other Usain Bolt. But if you approach it from the point of view that you need to challenge all the time, that's what gonna end up happening, right? That's one point. Second point, we need to choose better, right? We need to choose better from jump, right? I say all the time, there's a certain socio-economic bracket into which women are not going. Right? Hence why the Van man, I am a Van man advocate. Van man can't get no love. Van man can't get no loyal woman. She can walk about with he to deal with, he come in and that is that. For shit like laundry, yeah. But Van man ain't going to the corporate event nor there, right? With regard to the generational cultural thing, with that I disagree. And I know you made the point that we are young in the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were way more together back in the day. And with regard to generational and cultural, we ain't come up from the generation of going to UE, getting a degree. Yeah. People in our age bracket, very, very few of our parents have degrees. Very few. We are first generation middle class. A lot of us, right? So we choose what we want to acknowledge and what we want to make work for us, right? That's another story for another time, right? Erica says, Aston, I really wonder what kind of women you the man choose because it doesn't fit me or my girlfriends. We are supportive, but are you if you continue, if you challenging right through? Because challenging is a thing for y'all. Y'all feel the need to challenge, right? So if you want to challenge all the time, right? Because guess what? Women want to do what they want to do, you know. Men can't challenge them. Let me be real. You want agency over your part, so you want food, you want food, you want to go, you want to go, you want to do what you want to do. But you could challenge a man all the time. You could tell him, I will wear this. Don't wear that.
Why are you wearing this? Shouldn't wear that.
And put it under the bracket of support. So let me talk the things, right?
And as we talking these things, right? Back to Mina's point. You said something eloquently there just now about choosing better. We said it all the time, but it's very important, right? Because, you know, Mina, you're saying that some men jump to other women like Usain Bolt. But let us be clear on something. Again, I'm gonna say it happens on both sides of the fence, right? So let's get that out of the way, right? Y'all, it ain't like y'all supporting us out here en masse and we deciding we don't want that support, so let me get to the next hot young thing. That ain't happening. Like 85% we ain't doing that.
Thank you. I was just gonna point out, men are still very race loyal. So men ain't going jump into next other women like that. What you're finding though, and we let them talk, Neil. Tap on itself, right? When he makes it, he runs to the other. The older we get, we can't have that like outlook anymore. Let me backtrack. We support black men to get overlooked by black men. So when he makes it, so you're talking about again a particular kind of man. You're talking about that top 10, that top tier man. You're talking about the average man. I still had a woman in that he supporting the whole household. And to hear I still tell it when another man a roll out like a thief in the night. Literally like a thief in the night because he wake up from his place barely he keeping a dance.
I get a Dear John letter.
And they selling tickets. Place empty. Right? I see Monique Peters in the house.
Yeah, that's money. Shut up, money. I think Rian got that whole house while watching. Thank you, Rian. Yeah. Where most black women want to be black men. Mina.
Here's the thing, Neil. Hold tight, Neil. Hold tight. Let me be real. Right? Let me be real. I had a post here from the Daily Wrap-Up crew that I found particularly interesting. Shout out the Daily Wrap-Up crew. I can see if we can get it and if we can find it quickly and get it on screen for you, Neil. Because the Daily Wrap-Up crew made the point that they found it seems as if black men wanted to be with black women more than black women wanted to be black men.
I just saying, like
if you ask any I got it all lost. They put it even more viciously than I would. So let me send it to you. No problem. Look at there. Right? Let me be real. Right? Anytime we talk to black women, anytime. Let me not say anytime because you know they can tell me no, you can't say all. Very often, when you speak to black women, very, very often, they approach the discussion about relationships in bad faith. Right? So we immediately we start talking about all these women that, you know, suffering physical and emotional abuse. Right? All the unfaithfulness of black men, all these things coming up through the years. We talked about the waiting to exhale from earlier. And I love the title of this tonight's show, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. We are waiting to exhale a couple of weeks ago. We gotta do Color Purple at one of these points because there's another one too.
Oh my God.
Anytime you talk about the relationship and you talk about black men, immediately all black men coming over as Ike Turner. Who ain't Ike Turner? It's Tiger Woods that's sleeping with all the prostitutes and strippers he could find. And those men are not the rule.
They're not representative of the entire black community.
But we have taken those men and we have applied them as the rule for all black men. Black men against sex like that. Yeah, black men against sex like that. They got a lot of black men out there struggling to get some action.
No.
Yeah.
No, Derek.
Before
you get into the chat there, Mina, let me hit you with some facts, right? 70 to 80% of all divorces are initiated by women. 1 in 4 women, black women, are likely to get married, right? 70 to 80% of those divorces are initiated by women.
So hold tight, Neil, just to add some context to those numbers, right? So black women are the least married, but the most divorced. Sorry, least married and initiating
the most divorces. Therefore, judging on those numbers, one can deduce that black men are the ones walking away and going to other women and other races en masse, as you would have believed. And there are other numbers out there. The point I'm trying to make is that we have to stop this trope, right? I understand that some black men have crossed over, they left a good woman. I understand. Shoot, the same as you can say for black women, we can say for black men. Aston get left. Other men have gotten left for being a good man and supporting, and get horn and get all sorts of things. But this is not a mudslinging contest. What we are trying to show you is that this narrative that black men somehow just dissing the black women and going all over the place and going to what we may be called a more submissive, and we are not the ones walking away from relationships, you know. We are not the ones out here deciding, you know what, this woman supporting me, this is a good woman, let me left this ship and get another one. We stopping, we are staying. So let us dispel this notion that again we start at the beginning. So women supposed to say, I've been doing this too long, Mina. 78% of women initiate divorces. You're saying 100% of them are bad relationships. All 100% of that 70% are bad. All. Statistically, every divorce that a woman has initiated is because a man is treating her poorly. That is statistically, mathematically, every otherly impossible. Impossible. I even posit to you that when there is no fault divorce. There is no fault divorce, meaning that you as a woman can walk into a courthouse and say, I want to get rid of he, and I don't have to give a reason. So we don't accurately know if you are really being mentally abused, physically abused, if you really getting cheapened. We don't have those numbers. And I can guarantee you that because men are not initiating divorce at such a rate, Mina, this is the point. This is why we started the show, the counterbalance. Because here you tell it, we'll have it believe that women are walking away because men ain't shit. That's not the case. It is, Corey said it. Sir, I live in the US. The stuff I see and hear from black men about black women is crazy. Good, but we have facts, because those facts that we brought up are from the same side United States of America. So we could go anecdotal, or we could go out there in the government system. What is being reported in a census? If we go on stories, we could go story for story. I could tell you stories about black men getting unfair. You could tell me stories about black women getting unfair. I could tell you stories of black men talking crazy about black women. You could go back to back. We could do this whole night. And the many chat could do it whole night. That gets us nowhere. So because all of us have anecdotal evidence, we have to go with something more concrete. And that's called statistics. This word's giving me late so but statistical data. So understand, right, Mina? I understand from your perspective it look bad. Black men left in black women. But when you look at the entire picture, I can assure you that it is not as bad as you would have it believe. Guaranteed.
No, I watched the chat here. And I see it, Rihanna talking about it, I see Jennifer talking about it, right? I have to stay in a relationship if it getting hard. All right. So I talked about this a few weeks ago in the live stream. So I can ask tonight, is cheating the only reason or the only thing that is deleterious to a relationship?
And if I can add to your question, if I get positive part B, right? Are black men the only ones that are cheating?
Who's cheating?
And who are they cheating with? Other black men? En masse? White women en masse? Or are black women also in that part too of cheating? Because let's be fair. Numbers are stubborn things, people. 28% of black men cheat. 28% of all relationships, men is cheat. Right? 24% of all relationship, women is cheat. 28 versus 20. First things first, that's under 30%. That's less than a third of all relationships, men is cheat. But women right under we door. So we out here cheating at, and like we out here cheating at 70%, I want to cheat at 5%. We at 28% of cheating in relationships, I want at 24. So number one, is that grounds enough
to 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Okay, good. Which is nowhere near half.
I see Cheryl here saying the older I've gotten, cheating isn't an end all for me anymore. Because here's the thing. There are other things that contribute to the demise of a relationship. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, right? All right, I'm a cheat. Boom. All right. But you miserably host. You argumentative. To use the word of the night, you consistently challenging this man. Right? So now you overbearing as a woman. You don't get him on the sex. Or you get him on sex.
Every time Holly's comment pass, boy.
Yeah, every time it's a pink polka dot moon, you get him on sex.
You give me sex for
you
Valentine's Day.
You don't get the man like the real sex. You get the man like you turn over there, cockroach, she starfish. Two licks and put the thing, then a got out there. That's the sex you get the man. Right? So cheating is a deal breaker for you, Erica, and that's fine, right? But what about the disrespect that women give? That is not cheating. We talk the things, because we talking the things, right? What about I can't get $1 million? What about you can't press a shirt for the man? Right? What about
you going far? You going far?
Calling the man names.
You going far in this thing?
City man.
You going far in this thing? Many of these relationships, I see a lot of black men leading and getting called out on their leadership style because it doesn't necessarily match her leadership style as a man.
But I don't want to be so. I don't want to say airy fairy. I don't want to be so ambiguous with it. I can talk the things that we know that's happened in these households, right? Because the women would like me to believe, right, that they are pure as the driven snow.
Doing
She
all
is
they
virtuous,
doing.
doing everything. Yeah, they are model ladies, model wives, model girlfriends,
But we men
and
are
these
evil
men
and dangerous.
just evil, dangerous, and dogs. Oh, they're doing the most. Yeah. And you're right, Erica. Not all women cut out to be wives. A lot of women ain't even cut out to be girlfriends, right?
Oh, give me the bumper clock, man. Come on, Derek, man.
Give you the
Come
bumper
on.
clock, man. I can give you the bumper clock because I ain't doing the bike tonight. A lot of women ain't even cut out to be girlfriends. You should be see men and stop from around them. Real talk. Let me get that. Let me get Aston too. Shoot, where is Aston? Where is?
Real talk. I said what I said.
I mean,
yes.
Mina saying this is why open relationships or no relationships are best. Two things here, Mina. One, you know, the open relationship thing is a very contentious thing because a lot of people still believe in this thing of monogamy, which is fine. And two, as much as you don't want a relationship, no relationship is best, right? I'm out there to say it, right? We've got a saying on this channel. You probably heard of it before, maybe not. 237 has come around, right? And 237 be cold when the night comes. And
believe it, and you're in the US.
And the body pillow can only do so much. At some point, you want a man to lay down next to you, spoon you with the big spoon.
You see, this is what I love about the Senate, right? This is what I love. Look at girl Rihanna here, so over the goalpost dragging wrong, right? Maybe she's not getting what she needs in bed. Communication is.
Yeah, and maybe if she have wheels, she'd be a wagon.
So, yeah. At the end of the day,
Mina, this is a question I want to ask. You don't have to answer it, but it's very important because I'm asking this for a specific reason. You said poly is life. Is this something you have done or are currently doing? If you don't mind ask, if you don't want to ask, we could talk privately or whatever. But it is important because that is something that we want to broach in a future episode. And you know, it's ticklish because wholly and solely women believe that monogamy is it. And as Corey is saying, poly is life until it isn't. We talked about it in this space before, right? To be polygamous, you have to be completely honest and transparent. No, I mean, I've not met you. Wait, have I? This social media things I might know you, but you're going by me and I might. Anyhow, no, I don't know who you are, so. But the point is,
and that's it there, yeah, you know. That is it there, you know. A lot of old people who owns everyone by themselves, the caretakers, because we can't seem to get together, right? And let me be real. Let me be real. The other races of people getting it together. Why we can't get it together? Because you in for a penny, in for a pound.
I mean, and
we have decided.
Can't all be me.
We have decided.
Statistically, can't even be majority.
Man ain't shit. Be better off on our own. That is what we have decided. And y'all know who I mean when I say we, right? Man ain't shit. We better off but on our own. And as Corey said, until it isn't. Yeah? Until it isn't. Until all of a sudden, no, everybody off with them family, trying to make their own situation work. They had a situation a couple of days ago. I was going to do it as a short, but since we're here, let me talk these things. There's a girl also singing Clark Sheard. I can't remember the first name. And she does not allow her girlfriends to stay with her when they come to visit.
Oh yes. She
put them in a hotel first.
Yeah. I get it there, you know. I get in the back alleys there slowly, you know.
And people saying, oh, she insecure and all that there. No, she protecting she house. Because we know, it was a woman doing it. She knows that some women trifling. And they will come and break your house simply because they ain't got nothing going on in them one, right? We are the generation from many broken homes. Who teaches you to be a wife or a husband? Your parents. They set the example. So your parents have failed you then, is what you're saying to us, Erica. Because we posit here, a lot of us in this particular age bracket, we come from homes where we see two parents. Yeah, we come from homes where we see two, but for some reason, we have been told we don't need a man coming up through the 80s and 90s, color purple, waiting to exhale. Then here's in the 2000s, dairy of a mad black woman. You don't need a man, men and shit, men got unfair you. Right? Men got unfair, men can dry you at the house, men can just up and done.
Ain't do any marital or APE regular.
I skin you out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Men beat your women. Back in the 50s and 60s. And then immediately upon is getting the freedom through the birth control pill, the folk who you want for is like, yeah, let me do this. We folk who we want for. All right? You go on, you study, you get a little education. Hooray to you. Shoot, I earn the money now. I don't need a man. So we back at the family.
Or you need a man making a certain amount as me.
Good night to you, Marty. Good to see you.
Shut up, Marty, man. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue real quick, sorry, Derek, I gotta do this, man. We got 33 people watching and 13 likes. Come on, people. Like, comment, share this. Well, y'all are commenting. But I need some likes. I need some dislikes. I need something. I need this counter here to move here so to tell me that. Either it helps with growing the community, the algorithm. More eyes will see it. YouTube will be favorable. So I need y'all people to give us some likes. If you haven't liked, like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Shoot, if you think we're talking junk, dislike. That is fine. But we need some level of engagement to help with the YouTube algorithm. Sorry.
And here we go. I see my man Kinga. Kinga is saying, just together for the sake of the family, etc. But the two parents weren't necessarily happy. Then Erica goes on. She says, now it would counter that many our age did not grow up in a marital home. Not me, by the way. Mom and dad approaching 50 years of marital bliss and misery. Now, that's why I love. And money is saying our parents are from the generation of staying together for the sake of the marriage. That's also not a good example of a healthy relationship. That generation came up on struggle women who were not allowed to own property. Good. Thank you so much, Mina, for bringing it home. So you've, as I was saying before Neil jumped to the plug the show, you got access to education and earning, so no, you don't need a man. Man serving the purpose, right? So thank you for bringing that home, crystallizing it for me. And to the other points I made before, marriage has never been about love, romance, and being happy. You get my mind there, so it is very hard. But they said what they said, but anyhow.
Oh my God! Real talk. I said what I said.
You see, we just get caught up with Disney, right? We just get caught up with Disney. The fact of the matter remains: two-parent households, children raised better. Less problems. Stay out of jail more. That's just a fact. Unfortunately, we've grown up where we are accustomed now to seeing the dysfunction. We are accustomed to seeing one-parent house.
It's a badge of honor in the black community.
And exactly. True. It's a badge of honor to be contentious and say what you feel like saying and go how you want to get on. Yeah, and be strong and independent.
Be wherever you want, move who you want, have people as promiscuous as you want. It's a badge of honor.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, folks. We had Romel on the show last week or whatever, week before, a couple of weeks, whatever it was. But Romel raised the point. Yeah, he has love one other thing, but there got to be something that keeps you in that relationship past the wedding reception. And if there isn't that, no, you like a crackhead trying to get the next high in a relationship. Because every day ain't gonna be a celebration. Every relationship, good relationships are boring, folks.
Hard.
Ain't the big law excitement. Or we doing this and we balling up, good traveling, going to Paris and we going to this place and next thing. Nah, there has to be something there that keeps you together after the selfies done take and the reception cake, the cake done cut.
Yeah, done true.
So You gotta figure out what it is you want to do. It's either you want to be, and let me be real. Shoot, it's a year in for a penny. Yeah, episode 99. In for a penny, in for a pound. So, as you get older, ladies, guess what? The options ain't the same. I would posit. How old am I? 42, almost. At my advanced age, I probably look better than I did when I was young and scrawny. At 19, 20.
All do.
Yeah. Men generally age. Shoot, I talked about Kinga a couple of weeks ago for sure, or a couple of months.
The only man I know that roll over there at 4, man roll up at 15, wake up in the morning and look like how he look today, you know.
Yeah.
Full of muscles.
Kinga looks the same way. The last time I saw him that he looked.
And they tell me 25 years of pandemic, multiple gym memberships. They just put on 30 pounds.
You know what I mean? But Kinga, I am certain that's bad sign with me at school, mate. It's just a fact, ladies. You don't age as well as men. You could call that misogynistic, sexist, whatever you want to call it. Can't beat it with a stick, though. It's a fact. Yeah?
Shut your mouth, sir, says Mina.
So you are not going to attract. We did a short, not short. We did a live stream, actually. A few weeks ago, Paulina Poroskova, former supermodel, real upset that the boy taking she on in club and she's 56. And smoking hot at 56. Your options change, your options dry up. So, baby, get down in the later years for when you ain't able to rumble and do as you like and get on as you like. And you have to, as TC said infamously on the show a couple of months ago, you have to settle your ass somewhere. What you gonna do? What life can look for you socially at 55, 60? Because it's one thing to talk about, yeah, you don't need a man and stuff when you up and running and you and your girlfriends going in the club and celebrating Valentine's Day next Monday. Shout out to all the ladies who out there, so manless. Yeah? Celebrating Valentine's Day on Monday. It's all right to be celebrating Valentine's Day, but guess what? When you girlfriends work out, but shoot, thing ain't really let me make it work with somebody because this ain't working for me. This ain't working for me at all. I don't want to be over here, so let my girl Keisha will tell you, where's man? Oh, look at it. I don't want to be over here, so.
All alone, but her alone so south.
Yeah. It's all fun and games when you young and sprightly. But when you are 50 trying to be in club and the young girls looking at you like, she ain't here, so in flat shoes because she ain't able. Why granny don't go from around the place confusing the dance floor?
I have a problem with what you said, Derek, about the age thing, about aging differently. What I will also
I see money is asking if I'm pushing out small humans, and that is the thing. And I would have said it in a live stream. So before when they come for me, I admitted we don't have the challenges of dealing with pushing out small humans. We don't have the challenges of dealing with the hormones and all that.
But what are you also forgetting, right? Is that by and large, financial stability is something that many women count as things they want in a man. A lot of women will deal with men that are below their standard looking once they got the money. Men hit their financial peak. Well, sorry, the older they get, the more financial resources they get. So like, I think we reach our financial peak at 45, 46, something like that. Right? So when I'm at 46 years old, shoot, we have seen it where a man lily old cornmeal and got a young thing put his arm, getting in a Bentley, getting in a Mercedes. So you know what? The rules are a bit skewed when it comes to men, because as much as I see the women here saying, and kudos to the women saying that they look good and, you know, they went through in life, but they're still pulling young boys and things in the 50s and late 40s and everything like that. Also consider that once a man got money, it don't matter how he look. and I know a lot of y'all.
Sure, notorious BAG, Biggie Smalls have Faith Evans, young hot Faith Evans.
He had Black Lil Kim. He had dealings with somebody else too. But the point is, let us consider, right? Because what Derek said here, let me hit it home for you all. From the time women are born, they have an easier path than men by and large, because simply of how they look. Boys and men are expected to get it out in the mud from the beginning. So when we reach our financial peak at 45, right? And we still got the beer belly, we still 5'4", right? But we got a young girl on our arms. As much as y'all women are talking about y'all pull young men, right? How many of them young men look real good? How many of them young men is 10s and 9s? Because I guarantee you that if we were to take apples to apples and add them up, you could look as however you look at 40 and 50. But you do not have the same options as a man at the same age, regardless of how he look. So you the emphasis, you have to look as best and remain competitive in your looks. The more and older you get, men ain't gonna compete on that level. We compete on our women come to me because of we bank account. Yeah, they might come and say, "Well, man, tall and this and that, next and third," but they're willing to deal with a man that is 5'5" and is a billionaire. If I talking shit, women, put 2s in the chat, because watch, any woman in this chat know, right? Who's a man now? Let me see. Fat Jonah Hill. Fat Jonah Hill is a billionaire. Would you, the man say, man holler at you, the man say, "Look, you wants you." You're going to say, "Oh, no, Jonah Hill, I don't want that. I want a man that's 6'5". I want a man that has abs. I want a man that has this and has that."
Well, Jason Momoa here the other day was looking a little part down, but living in an RV in the Oakback. Well, we all know that the women probably breaking down the door to get in Jason Momoa RV.
Also,
ladies, if you agree, me put some ones in chat.
Also consider Jason Momoa the looking pop down and he get raked over the coals. Imagine if a woman to start look pop down. Well, shoot, Lizzo post there naked, post her on Instagram, post art naked as she born. And nobody dare say a word about her, but Jason Momoa, he out and about living his life. And he popped down. All land, Lisa Bonet left here, he gone to ruin. So
you could pull it Rihanna, but you might only come to break it down like raw macaroni, you know what I mean?
Okay then, because what, right? Cause watch, right? You make your point. Cause if you can make the same point I can make.
When it comes time, when that man, he say, "No, it's time to up the thing and go forward in life." You can't owe a bird, really. Sorry to tell you, just what it is.
So I understand, ladies.
I want children and thing. Can't get them for you. Use 50.
Most women in here over 35, 40, 45, 50, and I know them pulling young boys that look real good. Good for you. What was the quality of the young boys? Because watch, again, a man is a black man come to you. Shoot, there and I. You see, we have the privilege of speaking as tall men, right? I mean, we ain't muscular men. We ain't like, we ain't look like king. We don't look like king of bear back, but the man still look a ways, right? No, we ain't rich men. So if a man comes along 5'5", man, this hardly cut he hair, man don't shave, but the man's a bit. Jeff Bezos is what 5 foot. Man, I think Jeff Bezos is 5'8" or something like that. He ain't a lot of man. He balding. He ain't look like much. But if Jeff Bezos holler at one woman, and I know what I can talk about Black History Month. I know what I can come and talk about, not the white man, not he, not this and that next. But $1 billion is still $1 billion, As a matter of fact, $200 billion is still $200 billion. So let us stop with the equivocation and let's stop with the dipsy doodling.
We go forward, we got some more to get to that is particularly
well, I got that graphic from before from the wrap up crew if you want to put it on screen right now.
Let me put that at the end. So let me go back to the article. And
I think we are
wrap up. Yeah, we are number 5.
We are 5. All right, let me that there.
Welcome to you, Perletta. Good to see you as always, right? So
We go.
we are more inhibited sexually. Often
Oh.
black women have been raised to keep our poise and act like a lady at all times, especially in public and when under pressure. Now, for this definitely deserves a special stop the cap. Because we did a show only a few weeks ago where we saw black women just busting the twerk. There's nobody don't work out these days, but busting the twerk as they like, you know what I mean? Anywhere, any which way. Right? So yeah. But anyhow, however, black men tell us they love the freedom and ability to know their woman can be flexible and go with the flow in certain more spontaneous situations, and that may mean feeling comfortable enough to act out his wildest fantasies, knowing he won't be judged for asking. Now, we all know, and we would have spoken about this in the
Even me, not talk about cap.
in the live stream
That's cap.
a few weeks ago, where we talked. This was in the lead up to Christmas. Lead up to Christmas, and he said, "What kind of sex you getting? What kind of sex you getting? Are you getting 2 licks? All right, put it in. Or are you getting the got 9 or 10,000 with the 2 hand twist combo? That's what you getting.
The 9K master.
Yeah, you getting the turnover cockroach or the dead starfish. What you getting? Right? We all know that there certain men get you got 9,000. Yeah. They get the reverse cowgirl, the lizard lap, the wheelbarrow, the barbed wire twist. Yeah. And on top of all of that, they still get the no condom privileges. Right? We know this. So I don't know the sexually inhibited.
The bucker box playing fish.
Correct. The break box playing fish. The break
The
box
bucker box playing fish. The Batman.
right? We know that certain people get these things. So women are sexually inhibited with people that they want to be sexually inhibited with. Right? So don't let me fool with that one. Let me crack on to the next slide, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Don't let me spend so much time with that there.
Yeah. I see Rihanna celebrating. Shout out. Rihanna said she celebrating her 6'5" 30-year-old man. Shout out all the men 6'5". She's on break. Glad for you, Rihanna. Glad for you. At least if when I get married, they can let the man see what kind of man he is. Although I know what kind of man he is, I just said so to say that. But anyhow, go on there, Derek. Let me
Yeah, you got some men that can't take the freaky black women, okay? If you think so. So the next one.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is the real coup de grace. This here, yeah, coup de grace, big up Finn Balor from the WWE. This is the choke slam, the rock bottom, whatever you want to call it, the stunner. We want what we want.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to settling, we're usually not the ones. Boy, got time for the settling?
Thanks, Terry Sally, boss.
Terry Sally. If we've taken the time to work hard, we often want someone with the same drive or better. He better be 6'1" or taller.
Jeez, on Brett. Oh dear.
Have a minimum of a bachelor's degree, God-fearing, and have passport, will travel. And so often we would rather wait for this man who meets all of our requirements based on our achievements, which is not always in abundance, depending on where in the country we live. Is every single item on your list all that important? Maybe or maybe not, but it is something to think about. Let me just backtrack a little bit. And Neil, don't utter a word.
I ain't saying a word, boss.
If we've taken the time to work hard, we often want someone with the same drive or better. He better be 6'1" or taller. Attractive, have a minimum of a bachelor's degree, God-fearing, and have passport to travel. And so often we would rather wait for this man who meets all of our requirements based on our achievements, which is not always in abundance, depending on where in the country we live.
Just laughing at the comments. It getting wild in there. Somebody said BDSM. Can you see the boy BD with the bamboo? Me and say when they're ready for the BDSM. All right, people, just be mindful of YouTube watching, right? Larry Page and then watch it. So just anyhow, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. Kenga says nobody's beating him with a bamboo. Well, all right.
You know, just
And
kind of my mind. Anyhow, let me behave. Go ahead. I just remember something that one of our friends would have said. A certain particular type of prawn.
Yes, I got you, dog. I got you covered.
Right.
You think alike. You think alike. You better not. Focus in the chat. Listen, parents for man, they're not looking for equally.
Erica, baby. That is the majority of women today.
And that's what we try to say.
Got a checklist.
Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Women have, as Neil said, a checklist, right? And it's because the marketplace is open, women have access to any and everybody. Shoot, and then with the advent of social media, I can slide in on my DMs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I could just reach out and touch, literally sometimes, right? So now women think they have more options than they really do. So the average man, they ain't got no duds in this chat. None of the men in this chat ain't duds. But some of these men, I sure had a time when they were struggling to find a woman. Good guys in this chat. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women ain't taking them on. Yeah? And it's all right to talk about checklists is nonsense. I know I see y'all in there trying to tell me that you ain't got a checklist, but there's certain things that you look for. And you call them preferences. You know what I mean? You call them preferences. So I know we can say that, oh, this don't happen and that don't happen, but we know. Because guess what? If I tell them to check a van man, nobody checking a van man.
Show them in my Jason Look Urban here. Thanks for joining us. Cheese on ready anniversary, bring out some good men.
Yeah.
You know, Derek, to that point, I like these.
Yes, Rian, everybody has standards and should. But the challenge is you got to figure out when your standard, you got to be a bit more self-aware and figure out when your standards are what are keeping you single. Because it don't make sense saying, okay, I'm looking for a man as I watch other content and I see so many people call into the Godfather show, right? They want a man making six figures, $100,000 a year. How many people make it? When the I can't remember who it was. I think it was the Bureau of Commerce earlier late last year said the average salary in Barbados is $2,500. How many? So that's the most people in the country. Most of the people in the country, obviously they got people above, they got people below, but most of the people in the country make $2,500 a month.
I see you, Erica.
I don't care how fancy you get with the math, you can't get $100,000 out of $2,500 a month. So when people call in and say, well, yeah, I want a man making six figures. Where you gonna find it from? All right, let's say you find it. Are you able to compete with the women that he wants to get him and keep him? Are you willing to do those things? Because it's all right to talk. And you got a checklist and you gotta be the body said yes, you gotta be 6'1", and I said it on Tuesday. I obviously be facetious, but you gotta be 6'5", got 6 abs, 12-inch penis in order to swing it like a porn star. Nobel Peace Prize winner, got a cure for AIDS and cancer.
Well, they got one of them.
I still be making, $2 million a year. You know what I mean? And we would have done a live stream a couple months ago again, where I told you that there's really no hope because every woman wants their men. And still, when they get them, their men can't keep the women happy because guess what? Will Smith, we see how it goes with his wife. Aisha Curry. We see how it goes. Sorry, Steph Curry. We see how it goes with his wife, Aisha Curry. Boris Kojo. All those men are 6 feet plus, got enough abs, got enough money.
Boris Kojo boy ain't happy.
You know what I mean?
Either Boris is.
Sure. Gabrielle Union doing weird. All kind of wild things. You know what I mean?
So,
because women want what they want. They're tired of settling. You know what I mean? They want what they want. And we get it. And that's why I come all the way back. All the way back. And then we come to one of the first things they said on the show. Man, gotta keep going forward. Striving for excellence all the time. Striving. Gotta stay on your purpose. Do what you're supposed to do. Be where you're supposed to be. Make yourself the best version of you. That's the only way you're gonna stay relevant. To borrow from my guy Ramel Hall, shout out Ramel Hall. That's the only way you're gonna stay relevant to your woman. From the time you let her slip, yeah, we looking elsewhere. We looking at something else.
I see Jennifer talk about she'd be glad about the Derek OnlyFans. Listen, respectable married community, man. Start with that there.
Right then.
What I would say to your points, Derek, I completely agree, of course. But let's go through some figures. I love these figures so bad. When I researched them and I found them out. The average man in the world, his height is 5'7", 5'8". The average man has a penis length of 5 inches. The average man in the world.
Stick a pin. No, you're talking penis length. The Met Sport at Nelly. Yeah, because Nelly released a video where he getting some got 3,000. It really was.
Yeah, it's a low
budget got.
Yeah.
But got nothing less. He gets a low budget got. You know, got 3,000.
Got from wish.com.
Yeah, AliExpress. The AliExpress got he get. And he had it up on Instagram, you know what I mean? But they been drag Nelly and said that, yeah, and the doggy, so they can understand why a shot he never went back and all kind of thing. And Nelly's a millionaire, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we say you want a millionaire and you still want your man that got this amount of money, we don't just be making up things.
Your man got your money together. Listen, the average man in this world is maybe 5'7", has maybe a 4.5 inch penis. He is not in shape. He probably does not have a college level degree education. And he is probably working a job that is not making a lot of money. That is the average man in this world. And so when you come with the list and you want a man 6'5", I appreciate it. I'm 6'5", and I appreciate that you want a man of my caliber. And you want me to have a penis down by my knees. That ain't gonna happen. You also want me to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner? No. You want me to be a man that's making 6-7 figures? I hope to be there eventually. But when you want me to be God-fearing? I see me talking about BDSM. You want me to swing from the chandelier and spin you like a top in the bedroom? Because we've heard this before too.
No problem.
We've heard this before. Not only do you have to have a penis 8 inches or longer, but you also have to be able to use it. So, Erica earlier, I forget you, Erica. Because earlier you said men got preferences too. You know what men preferences are? Men just want peace of mind and consistent action. Sure, the man might like tall women, short women, red women, dark women, whatever. But a man is getting where he could fit in with them sort of physical attributes. Believe it.
See, can't get making the point. Average women too. Yeah, average, and they talked about that on Tuesday. Average women wanting like top of the line men.
Right.
Yes.
You want a man sick. You want a man with all this laundry list or whatever you look like, right? But when you look at you ain't getting gin. You know what I'm saying?
I got a bad attitude.
You got a bad attitude.
Challenge me all the time.
Right? You was 5'4". You was 5'2". You know what I mean? Overweight. Believe that you's a boss B. That you's a diva and a queen. The boy can't tell you nothing. You're willing to be submissive because you think that is beneath you. Right? And let me be honest. Man, trust me, I can answer men in this chat. Man, we have standards and we have preferences. What do you prefer in your woman? For a woman to date you, what must she have across the board? You're going to find that the woman must be ambitious. The woman must be nice. She must be willing to be agreeable, to not be contentious. A man might say she got to look a sort of way, but really and truly, if the man could get peace of mind and a woman that both sign in life, he don't really care how she look. Ready to get who peace? What we talking about?
Lizzo is as contentious as it gets. But your statement before that, Erica, that's the thing. Average should look for average, but many people have inflated perceptions of self, and that is really, really issues. But let me crack on it because we at the 10 o'clock hour and we here, so Dipsy doodling with this article.
Yeah. Where we are now, we okay, we just did that one, and I think we're here.
Or friendliness is often misunderstood. If we do say hello to a man, sometimes they automatically assume we want a romantic relationship with him, whereas if a woman or another ethnicity says a random hello, wants to network, or plays the damsel in distress role, he often feels less threatened and more willing to share. So let me show you what really happening here, right? Let me drill down right there, because he's got to sift through and see where the bullshit really is, right? First of all, if you speak to a man, he's gonna assume you want a romantic relationship. But you're saying that if another ethnicity says a random hello, he often feels less threatened and more willing to share. So to follow this logic, you're saying if you the black one approaches, he immediately wants romance. Not so much with the other ethnicities. But you said to me previously that black men divesting at this insane rate. Which is it? Let me keep the story straight, but let me go forward, right? It's really more their problem than ours, right? Of course. But unfortunately, we often appear desperate to men when we are being friendly, because there's an assumption that we're always on the hunt for a husband. It's sad but true in their eyes. No, it's not necessarily that they think you're desperate. The men are desperate. It's called getting lucky for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden a woman talk to you, wish you man. Let me ask you, man, how many women were you looking at, fellas? You know this woman, but she never really talked to you that kind of way. But for whatever reason, she smiled at you, she said a pleasant hello or whatever, and immediately your perception of her changed. Has that ever happened to you, gentlemen?
And not only that too, right, Derek, but consider that we just talked about opportunity, right? We just talked about a man wanted an aim. So a man may find you attractive. You come now, you smile, you say hello, whatever, and the man is going to take that as an opportunity, right? No.
Immediately. Because guess what? Black men want to be with black women, even though you all don't think so, right?
Wait. I see something going on here. Let me cut this out now. This is all too big for me. I got standards. I just leave it at that. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, let me crack on. Let me go forward.
I got standards, so not Lizzo. Yeah, it's the I thought you were frozen.
I see Marty here, so I was reading Marty's comment. Correct. Immediately she becomes more attractive because she's pleasant, personable. But hey, the women don't want to smile, right? Next slide. We put the pressure on. You've heard black men say that they feel that with other women, it's kind of a just go with the flow situation as relationships progress. There's not as much pressure on him to marry until he's ready, but often they feel black women are focused on marriage from the start, as we should be. As you should be, yes. Yet another example of something we're often judged for that is actually not a negative dating quality.
This is probably the only thing that she said that makes some semblance of sense. Because everybody should be moving with intention. If we looking to build and move together, move forward, we should be moving with intention. However, my sweet lady, what you have to understand is that as much as you are talking from your perspective, also consider that a lot of women out here having agency over the parts and doing as they feel like. So as much as you say that black women focus on marriage from the start, that's not always necessarily true. So wait. Jennifer, Ben, did you hear me say that I could work with anything? Ben, have I said that I could work with anything? I never said that. I never said Neil Hoyt could work with anything. I said men would generally work with anything. Neil Hoyt has standards.
Yeah, with regard to the just go with the flow, there's a difference between you trying to figure out how some person feels about marriage and stuff like that. There's a very different situation from that. Between that and, but yeah, let me get married. Because you need to see a relationship. You need to see a person with a boat. Find out if they're about that. Yeah, Corey, don't get set up. Yeah, you need to see with the person about it, how they feel and that kind of thing before you actually get to the point of saying, well, yeah, let me do this, you know what I mean? As opposed to coming in from jump. I be talking about all the time, people just want to get married, but they don't really want be in a relationship. They want a wedding, but they want a marriage. Right? Next slide, Neil, because, you know.
I see Erica here, but most sweet girls sweet like sugar, not charged at all, will not disturb your peace. But they're not my type. I will leave it there.
I don't mind these here trying to
dipsy doodling me. I see them.
Dipsy doodling public.
Yeah, you on screen there, so man. No, Marley, let she come. Anyhow, go there.
Yeah. Please remember that this is just feedback from some black men about what intimidates them when seeking black women. Not all men feel this way, although it's important to understand that many do. Black women are beautiful and we have so much to offer. The good thing is there are many, so though we see that it's Taylor Perry did not write this, right? The good thing is there are many black men who do still want to love us just the way we are. Let me stop right here.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Nobody is accepting your ass just the way you are. Because guess what? You are not accepting no man just the way he is.
Reach.
We in a marketplace. Yeah, point blank, punto final. It is a marketplace. And in a marketplace, you have to compete. Because guess what? If the man turn up and say, hey, I Brett, that ain't gonna work with you. Right? Get a casual for here. Because if a man turn up and say, hey, Brett, you can be like, so a man can't just turn up and say, well, yeah, this is who he is, I rolling. If a man turn up, he belly big, you can say, well, it ain't really working with me. And he got to do something about it. So why should men consistently try to improve themselves, and you just turn up how you base? It can't work.
You overweight, you contentious, you believe that you God gets to the planet, you is a 10, when you really and truly you scraping a 6.5, all gussied up. Let me keep it a buck.
Yeah, we can't don't let me talk about this just the way you are thing, and let's use Bruno Mars, right? We must continue to fight to dispel many of these myths and take control of our own connections and destiny. Now what? Read the next slide to find out how we move past these misjudgments and get real. What now? Let's do our part beginning now to start a movement that reminds our brothers that we are here, we are beautiful, and we are open to and available for love. Dispelling these myths and introducing them to great single friends we know is the best next step. Or one friend introduction at a time, we will find love and show the world that indeed black is beautiful and always in style. It sounds really good in theory.
She sounds sweet, man. She sounds sweet. With a lot of empowering speech at the end to justify some of the nonsense she spoke in that article.
But at what point are you going to say, but we need to make some improvements? We need to improve before we can just present ourselves to the marketplace. A man can't just roll. I can't just roll into the marketplace, but yeah, rolling at 290 pounds. My guts all don't hide in my bird. My hair, a little man tell me at school one time, my hair ain't going about like 1999. Right? So my hair ain't about like 1999.
My hair ain't going about
I shaving on it. I shaved on it and I go on musty clothes, smell musty. And I said, well, yeah, here I am.
You dressing as you like?
Yeah.
Smelling as you like.
Turn up musty.
Yeah, you ain't about nothing.
King is saying there's a market for everything. Facts, there's a market for everything. But the market you want to compete in is a different ball game.
Too big for you.
Because exactly, you can't come with thousands and look to catch a whale. So decide what pool you want to go in. I saw Mina saying earlier that the dating pool is pissy. Even when they changed the dating pool, Mina. You told Neil that earlier in the show, a couple of months ago.
Change the dating pool.
Change the dating pool. Because the men out there, good men out there.
Good black men out there. As a matter of fact, I posit to you, there are a lot more good men out there than you would have, than the society and you would have believed. Because the bad men are not the overwhelming majority. For example, earlier y'all talk about man saying, just cold approaching and saying, you know what it would do with you? That doesn't happen to you from every man. Let's keep it about. Most men just either smile and try to be polite or say nothing at all. The majority of men that come up to you, if they do come up to you at all, don't come and tell you about you like raw macaroni. They don't. They ain't crunch you up like ramen. They don't. There's not an epidemic out there where men kicking open doors, dragging women out in the street and RAPE them. Women ain't walking about and mass beat up and break up. These things happen. Of course, it's a problem. But don't let us have it believe that we men out here cheating and breaking up marriages and happy homes, and women out there just saying, oh my God, I can't believe these men. We all playing a part in the demise of this thing, and that is exactly where we are and what we are here to do.
Yeah. So let me be real. Let me start changing the pools. Let me start making some improvements to ourselves first. We start making some improvements to ourselves, because relationships reflective, right? So when you're broken, you're gonna attract broken. If you hurt, you're gonna attract hurt, right? And if you can't figure out who to choose properly, that's who you can gravitate towards. You know what I mean? So let me start fixing it. Start fixing ourselves first, and then present ourselves to the marketplace. And you see, for you talking about choosing signals. If there's certain things you don't want, shoot, if I present myself sloppily, I can probably get a sloppy woman. Because it's like, yeah, he ain't caring about himself, this is how he's caring on himself. So now people will feel, but yeah, I can holler at she. Because this how how she can on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how he can on himself. I can rest at he. You know what I mean? Because he, to my mind, on my level. So folks, we appreciate the engagement. It's been an awesome show for the anniversary. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Feel free to come back again next week. We don't mind at all. I see we at the 279 subscribers. So if we could get to 280, that'd be great.
By the end of the night.
Before the night done.
Before the stream done.
Yeah, 280 would be great.
And some more like saying it hurt nobody.
It really wouldn't. So give me some likes, hit the notification bell. We do short form of this as well. But that's a way, way lighter form. Not as heavy as this. Shouldn't be as triggered. Well, you might be triggered, but you still get a laugh out why you get triggered.
Yeah.
Yes, Marley, this is why we are dressed up. It's been a year. Tomorrow will be a year of us doing this podcast. Our very first podcast was on the 11th of February 2021. This is a year that we've been doing this. It's been an awesome ride. We've appreciated each and every show. We've had some challenges along the way, but we still here. We still taking a look in and keeping on taking. We just here to show what we're going on. And
bad boy.
Yeah, we are at 99 live streams. Next Tuesday is going to be, we'll be raising the back to celebrate
100.
a century of live streams. We've done 100 live streams, folks. 100 live streams in a year, right? And please note that we used to do one live stream per year.
Per week,
sorry. One live stream per week.
Hold on a minute. Rian, These lights are not Christmas lights. These are part of my set decoration. You see, I know that somebody was gonna come for me and expect to be you. You see, I know they went up for Christmas. I like them so much. I say, you know what? Instead of when I'm looking at a blue pale wall just there, I put lights and keep them up for you for set dressing. And when they want to appreciate that, I want to shame in me now. See, challenging me for my lights. You see, for my set. See?
Yeah. That's how it is. But don't mind them. You left them up, right?
Well, they make me down. Especially now that Rihanna call them up, they make me down now.
Yeah. But we doing the thing. And we are closing in on 100 shorts as well, right, Neil?
100. No, we a little ways off. I think tomorrow is 68 shorts. 68 shorts. Well. So we think, and then too, we still mulling over some other things we want to bring to you guys, if time permits, of course. But we want to give you content that everybody can absorb. We understand not everybody wants to sit on for tours and listen to us talk. I know some people may think that the shorts are absolutely absurd and ridiculous and not a true representation of the things we want to talk about. And to be honest, those shorts just came about as Derek going about social media and saying, dog, come and look at this. So we want to find content to really get out the message there, to not only improve men and to let men know, like, you know what, improve yourself, be better. Being life coaches in our name, we just thought there's two men that have failed a lot and have succeeded a bit. And we also want women to understand that it ain't as grim as one thing in terms of men. Like, we are not as bad as you think. We're not as villainous as you think. And a lot of things. I use
that exact line with a friend of mine the other day. Men are not as villainous as you think.
We are not en masse. Yes, there are some of them are bad. In everything there's bad. But just understand that we don't make it the majority. And what you have been told through the media and through what has influenced you in your life, what you believe a romance and a relationship should be versus what men are out there doing, etc., is a lie. So we hope that those of you that join us for the first time or coming in, or some people that were in the shadows or whatever, come back. We really do enjoy this. We really want a bigger platform. We really want to improve the community, grow the community, because the only way that we could get to some semblance of this is if we can. Erica, man, don't bad up my Christmas lights. Those are not Christmas lights. Those are set dressing lights.
You don't understand, man.
Anyhow. I know the vision is bigger than someone.
It's greater than them. It's greater than them.
But again, to wrap this up real quick, I just want everybody to understand what our role here is. Our role here is to show you we're really, like, we're pulling back the curtain to show you that what you believe, whether being a man or a woman, is what it really is. Men, shoot. My barber today hold me in a conversation while I kind of shoot my haircut. Normally it's take me about 20 minutes. And then there for an hour because he telling me about how woman do he barber back his 20s and he do this and that. Next he want to have another one. And anyhow, the point is that let us understand that both men and women are doing beer jump. We men are holding, society at large holds our community, the masculine community, men, to task daily. There is no accountability or spaces where women are being held accountable, at least not in mainstream or most places. So what we're trying to show you is that, one, men are not as bad and as dangerous and as evil as one all think. And two, we are taking accountability. How about y'all take some as well, right? Salient message being there is going to close us out with the salient message that we always say at the end of every podcast. So I can let him speak to that. But this is really where we come to.
Yeah, folks. I know you gave me a lot of, well, not me, give us a lot of pushback and stuff like that. But I need you to understand.
I'm really sorry to cross you.
Reality,
hold on, don't close
I see we want to get to.
Don't.
You can just leave that right here.
No.
I see you. No, we can leave it. We can leave it alone and say off. Stop. Leave it alone and say off. You can ignore reality all you want, folks, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Right? And Neil and I, we bring the reality to y'all every week. Right?
Even in shorts.
Even in the shorts, we bring the reality to you. So you can ignore reality all you want. You can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. We don't make any rules. We just make sure you know what they are. Yeah. So, folks, be the best version of you for you. We will see you all again very soon. And always remember to be careful out there because.
There you go. Play it. Put it to Mike. They can't hear that.
Contaminated environment. And the tutu's about that.
Look out for short.
See you next week.
Peace out.